let's all acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land, the elders, past, present and emerging. And thank you all for being here today, and I think we'll get a lot out of it. Thank you.
I'm Gemma from Bond University, and I often come to the Inspire Choir rehearsals, sometimes share some chanting. I'm sort of here representing the Music and Sound Lab, with Dr. Bill and Leah also here, and we are looking at perhaps doing some research with the choir. So that's it.
Hi everyone, my name is Josh. I'm here with Sophie, who's the other girl in the red shirt. We're student occupational therapists, and we're currently here at the centre on our placement. We haven't really done too much with the choir. Ramesh reached out to us and asked if we could help out, which we were happy to do. So
we've been on the coast for 47 years or so. I spent the last 30, nearly 40 of them working with the traditional owners of the Gold Coast. Book text and running around the publishers trying to get someone to answer it. I should say Minyadi, which is welcome. It's great to be here. I'm sure that everyone would be very happy about this. I came here because I got a note on the email. What did we do before we had email and phones? And the people don't talk to each other anymore. They sit there and do that, and then they text the next door person. That's the same. But put them online, that's my family stuff.
I'm from the Low in Dementia Alliance and Low in Dementia Choir. So there's three of us, but we're out-of-towners, and we just wanted to see what other things we can introduce into our what we're already doing. So that's what we're here, gathering information. I hope there's lots coming out of it. Thank you.
Gillian. I'm Program Coordinator for Gen Now, so we're an organisation that works along autistic youth and young adults. And our involvement has been really lovely. So we've got 3 volunteers here with us today, Elise, Georgia and Will, who've helped out set things up. And Elise and Georgia and another young person were coming along regularly to volunteer and absolutely loving it. So the connection and communication opportunity were just brilliant. So thank you.
So I'm Carol Peach. I'm the Community Liaison Manager for a company called Home Instead. We do in-home aged care for our aging Australians. But I also do a lot of volunteer stuff in my own time. I run a Parkinson's care group on behalf of Parkinson's Queensland. I was so fortunate to meet the lovely Jen. My 66-year-old brother has dementia, so it's a matter close to my heart. I volunteer at a beach town, which is a palliative hospice. And I'm just loving this group of people. The voice, the song, it just brings tears to my eyes actually. It's just so beautiful to hear you all singing. I stand in the background and so thank you.
Good afternoon everybody, my name is Leon Labello. So I'm the Liberal National Party candidate for the federal seat of Parliament for this area to replace Karen Andrews. And I am here because I came to an event here recently and Raph told me you have to come and check out this choir. So I'm here to listen to you and to hear what you want from the federal government in effect. I'm also a muso, so I'm very interested in choirs and in music, so that's I guess the second part of my interest.
My name is Todd, I'm from Gold Coast Current Health Network. I manage our Dementia Human Pathways project, and so really I'm here to sort of meet everyone and also see how GCPHN is the content to sort of best support this community and see what we will do. So thank you for having me.
Good afternoon everyone, Jake from TMC, North Cultural Communities. I am what's called a CAMS coordinator, so Community Action for a Multicultural Society. Part of my program encompasses older persons, seniors,
and I do that generally through digital upskilling or a sim school trip that I run every fortnight. So Ree actually reached out to me about her event, which is having next week, and asked if I would be able to perhaps assist the choir in getting to the location. So that's why I'm here, but I'm hoping to take away from this how I can better incorporate the work I do into this community here. So thank you for having me.
I'm Jen. I've been a dietitian for more than 20 years and have very much a focus in dementia and memory. And I consult to, there's a new healthy brains and memory clinic at Southport, and it's led by a beautiful geriatrician, Dr. Michael Lee. And I'm here to find out how we can help our patients best with all the community supports that are available to them.
My name is Claire Carlin and I'm the lead producer with Village Festival, which is our city's contemporary arts festival, and I'm also currently the Labor candidate at the state election for Stephen Burley. So community engagement in my role at the Village Festival is just absolutely my jam. It's what I look for. So I'm so happy to be here to meet a whole bunch of people and to just listen and get to know, and hopefully, you know, I'm always excited to meet choirs and see how we work them into shows and everything, because I mean, Bleach is all about making work for the community with the community. Okay, so thank you. Hello everyone, I'm so happy to be here. I've tried to come so many times before, but I haven't managed to. So my name is Ree Ali and I am from Age and Disability Advocacy. So we advocate for seniors and people with a disability, but as you said, to be more, I'm going to give you more. So I'm also the chairperson of the Multi-Faith Advisory and Action Group. So every month I bring all the different religions together on the Gold Coast, and we meet up and we chat and we talk about we celebrate our differences, and become really good friends with that. But what I wanted to take away from today was I also wanted to, like many of you, find out how we can help this inspired choir. I know they're definitely coming to my event next Wednesday to perform, but there's so many other events that are happening that I do as well, so I'd love to be, you guys to be more part of that. Thank you.
Lauren from the Palm Beach Neighbourhood Centre. I live in the Recovery Road there, and Ralph invited me along, so I'm just here to watch and learn and see what you guys are all about.
Yeah. Righto, my name's Des. I don't have any titles. I'm a disengaged pensioner, but what am I doing here? I always get the seniors paper each month, the free paper, and on page 4 in March last year was a photo of Jan, Martha and 4 other people where they formed this group. And a phone number was there, so I rang the phone number, which was Jan's, and I said, I'm in 3 choirs, getting on a bit in age, but if I can help you in any way, I'd like to help you. And being a very I got a bit excited there when someone with other people were speaking, because one standing for the Liberal Party, a federal member, I'm going to stand for the state as a Labor now. In the past, I would, when the election was on, I'd go down to Burley Library and I'd ask these people who were going to stand some questions that they didn't want to answer. But with the choir, I'm a very selfish person. People say, well, you're helping these people, but they don't know what I get out of it. I thoroughly enjoy getting up here and trying to sing a song or recite a poem or tell a joke. And I just get such a big kick out of doing it. So hopefully I can keep going on for a few more years here. Thank you all.
I'm Jane. I'm a social work student here at Varsity Lakes at the moment. And I asked and support this afternoon to help out. I'm just going to see what happens inside this room. So, I am a social worker in Paris.
the events. That has been like our seniors field trips that we do every fortnight, which is a lot of fun. We take seniors all across the Gold Coast to various venues. But the other one is we've got a gala ball. Jake, did you mention the gala ball?
I didn't. So yes, on the 26th of October we have a Golden Years Debut Club Ball. So the idea is that they have the opportunity to relive sort of that debutante era. It'll be at Broad Beach Cultural Centre. Tickets are free. There was a booking error, so the tickets are listed at the moment as 5th of October. That's still got to change it. That's tomorrow, John. But it's the 26th, which is a Saturday. There's things like mocktails. There'll be a dance teacher there if they don't know how to dance. So that's that.
Yeah,
So
it'll be a lot of
continue
fun.
with that.
We'll be sharing it on the social media, and also to part of the employment training program, Skilling Queenslanders for Work, and many other digital literacy for seniors as well, and a few other things. But it'll be interesting to learn a little bit more. I've spoken to Wendy from Inspire to hear about a little bit more about the Inspire Choir. So I'm excited, and what we're here to share, I guess, Jake and myself, we have various programs that we offer, and Ree has supported our it's my phone, I'm sorry, I've got to switch it off. And yeah, we've got a various range of programs that we deliver, and we're based at the Southport TAFE at Labrador office, and we also have the Southport Community Centre office, learning to drive as well. So if we have any seniors who would like to learn to drive as well, they love programs. So I'm excited to meet you all, and really grateful to be here. So yeah, thank you.
My name is Alan. I'm from Chile. I have been here 2 years in the Gold Coast. I'm from Mason City. I'm a researcher at Western Sydney University, and I do work in dementia space, in developing biomarkers and interventions. I'm really happy to be here and be part of the community. Thank you very much for the invitation, Maria, because sometimes you need to have all the view of everything that's happening, not just in the lab, not just in the data, but with the people, so to see how you can contribute in the field. So happy to learn from you everything that you can teach me, and thank you very much.
I'm Ira. I'm a support worker from Janelle, and I'm here to support Georgia and Elise. And we have Will out there, and G and Leanne. Today, so we came to volunteer.
Hello, I'm Dale Newman. I'm from Brisbane. Unfortunately, I did have dementia symptoms 20 years ago. And I so delighted to hear the lady up here talk about the improvements that can be made to help some of us with overcome these mental health. But I must be one of the worst cases, the Office of the Case of the Human Rights, inspired by Britney Spears' freedom fighter, and the present Health Minister Attorney General handed down a report to Parliament, spoke about all the great services that everyone is doing, but there are a few people who lift their game a bit to, I say here, all the good people. I'd like to thank you all. It's so nice to hear what's being done to you, and I'm great to help people not get dementia. Well, that's fine.
My name is Maria Wiesbone. I work for Dementia Australia. My role is in the Dementia-Friendly Communities program. I do have quite a large portfolio in the way that I look after all of Queensland. But what I really heavily rely on is the community volunteers and people that are that grassroots. So I'm delighted to say that I'm here to support everything that's happening on the Gold Coast. It's about the Gold Coast becoming recognised as a dementia-friendly city and what that looks like. And so we have the Gold Coast Dementia-Friendly Network that was launched probably a few months ago. Inspire Choir is an affiliate of that group. They also have a choir member sit on the committee. So a little couple of ways why I'm here is just to see this grow, and the success. Dementia is the most fear condition there is. It is not spoken about. There is so much stigma and discrimination still out there. So I just love the fact that this sort of thing helps shine a light that it is okay, you can live well, and you need to be supported. But also why I'm here is three things. You can become a friend of the network, which means you get on that database and you will find out, hopefully, everything that's going on the Gold Coast in the space of Dementia-Friendly. The second, you can become a volunteer. So whether it's a part of the committee, part of the new play group that's starting, there's an intergenerational weekly play group that Dementia Network's putting on, whether it's different committee meetings, whether it's social media, whether it's at events. And the last is to be an affiliate. So that means that you just join that network as an organisation or a group, like the choir is, and it's about cross-sharing. So the ultimate goal is that if someone's diagnosed tomorrow, that they can contact the Dementia-Friendly Communities Network on the Gold Coast and hear about every single thing that everyone's just mentioned here. Because what we find is, as the peak body, we get calls on our helpline. They're living down the road from where you are. So unfortunately, a lot of the network meetings are done at a high level, which is wonderful. But when you get down, because people don't contact an organisation until they need it. So they may actually not know you're right next door. So the idea of the network is just everything you're doing, my job is to glue everyone together so then everyone knows what's on offer. So I really encourage everyone here that wherever you fit in somewhere, to know the network is on Facebook as well, and it's just started, and it's going to be a force to reckon with, to be the voice of the community and the people here on the Gold Coast. Thank you.
I met Shane quite some time ago at the jazz rehearsal, and when she told me about the Dementia Choir, I was really inspired because I used to sing, I used to get paid to sing when I was younger, and also was in aged care nursing for 22 years in Australia. And so not having worked for quite a few years, you sort of really miss the contact and you miss the interaction and what's really going on out there in the world, particularly locally in the community. When I was invited to come here, I was really excited because I love to be able to give back to the community what has been given to me, and it's a great way to interact with each other, to sing, and music is indiscriminatory. Music brings people together, and also we're able to open up knowing that it's a trustworthy environment as well, which is very important for dementia patients, and for all of us really, to feel comfortable, to feel that we can be ourselves. And yeah, I love being here and want to continue. Thank you.
I'm Ralph. Like a lot of you guys would know me, but I've been recently working with lovely Jen, Mara, and Margaret with the Inspire Choir, supporting them as a community engagement advocate. It's been a pleasure getting to know all of them, and this is really close to my heart as my grandpa had dementia, so it's really important for me to be able to give back to the community and maybe offer you guys something that he didn't have the opportunity to enjoy. I really believe in the power of music and in the power of community, and it's really great to see all of you guys together with you today. We've planned this for a little bit, so it's just good to see it all come together, and I'm excited for what you guys are going to share, so that'll be really good. Thank you. So for question one, which was what other dementia-friendly practices, networks and opportunities are available on the coast, we had a lovely couple from Logan area. So they didn't really say about Gold Coast, but they said neighbourhood. Your neighbours are the most important people. If you can create a little community group within your neighbourhood that knows about your diagnosis and is ready to help and to come and play when needed, that's really important for them. And also for the second, a lot of the negatives we talked about was the stigma around the diagnosis. Ross even mentioned the word dementia is not seen as a good thing. It's associated to old people, and it's not really a cool word. He said it was really interesting to learn that from him as well. And as in creative possibilities, we talked about education, so educating doctors and sites on diagnosis like and the different types of dementia as well as understanding that people have different interests. So making sure that you can tap into those who like gardening, those who like art, those who like music, so creating those different possibilities for people as well. I'll pass it on to the next group, Kara.
It's been fantastic. So positives, we talked about the existing groups that we know of, for instance, Cedar House, Cycling Without Age, Parrots for Purpose, they're all dementia-friendly. Friendship Group, Cascade Gardens, Memory Lane Cafe, Care Support, the Palm Beach community, and obviously this group. Negatives, transport's a big one. We just haven't got sufficient transport. You know, the Gold Coast is long and skinny and wide now, so we just can't get people to these groups. GP, lack of knowledge, I particularly find that. It's kind of frightening. And informing the public throughout the Gold Coast, how do we know? Well, there's just not enough, there are a lot of services available, but how do we actually educate the public on how we know what services are available? There seems to be a communication breakdown. And possibilities, I love this one particularly, is talking in schools. Right from grassroots, so we're educating kids about dementia, and so we're taking the stigma away, and talking right through up into other groups such as Progress Road and those sorts of things. So there's a whole lot more awareness around it. A drop-in centre, we think, would just be the ends meet. Yeah, we need a house with a couple of buses. Who's got some money? Podcast. There's a podcast called Hold the Moment, so that's just gaining traction as of last week. And a cafe, I love this idea, a cafe with staff that have dementia. Apparently there's one being run in Japan. I just love the idea of that. We're talking about health and brain health. So that came up today with having a lovely nutritionist, Jen, here. Face-to-face meetings, and Dementia Friends programs. So there's a lot of good stuff out there. It's just about implementing it.
Similarly, for question 1, we acknowledged the wonderful work that many of the agencies are doing, and we had the benefit of a huge list of organisations that are out there working in the space. But then we talked about the community groups that are actually doing fabulous work in the space that makes for opportunities that really bring people together, provide really positive experiences. One that Claire told us about was Everybody Now, a Grand Slam poetry community arts event for over 65s. So we also talked about the Cycling Without Age. That was another positive one. Examples of the power of music, as well as our choir, which we certainly all believe in as being so positive. There was also examples from Anne about the Aged Care Centre happy hour and the value of music happening in the aged care centres. So that was very positive. Dancing also for seniors. There's apparently a swing dance group that operates on the coast that could be another positive experience. And then there was a big nod to the work of Dementia Australia, because what we felt was that there's a lot of things out there, and when you're looking for what opportunities there might be, it's great to have one place that has got all the information. So when you're looking for answers to questions about how can I help a relative or a family friend who is experiencing isolation through dementia, that we've got that resource and we should use it. Funnily enough, our group also for number 2 said the biggest issue was transport. that was a huge issue, that taxis were very hard to get, that volunteering transport services, while they exist, often aren't able to take you both ways. So that can be an issue. There were some other services that people were aware of that can help with transport. But as well as that barrier, other physical barriers we talked about, and they were barriers about accessibility. So that the amount of noise, for example, that there is in public spaces, in supermarkets, the issues that there can be for people trying to navigate in our streets when the footpaths run out, so that there are actually real, simple physical barriers to accessibility that can have an impact. That again, there's services that can be taken more seriously by government, and we look forward to that. On the positive side, there are organisations like HOTA, the Home of the Arts on the Gold Coast, that provides a sensory awareness time when it's a quiet time in the gallery, so that for people who actually have sensory issues, you can experience the gallery without having all the volume of noise that is often in public places. The third thing, very similar in a way to the second group, so we may be repeating ourselves, that we need education, awareness training throughout the whole community, because often people with the best of intentions can make things worse for people by being impatient, by not listening, by simply not being aware of what they could be doing to help. So education was a powerful thing, and right down to the level of, within our aged care system, the lifestyle coordinators, how much do they know about being dementia friendly? So that we could be, really promoting that kind of education. And above all, we need to embed accessibility .
Been covered, so I'm going to try and pull out the things that we've mentioned that either reinforce what you've said. Certainly, we were so impressed. I think I'm impressed by the number of things that are going on. There's such wonderful things that the people here, and we're just the tip of the iceberg, are able to tell us about what's happening. So, congratulations to all of you for what you're doing and the services that you're offering, and the wonderful communities that you're creating and supporting. So. The big issue really is, how do we make sure everybody knows about that? Only 2 people in our group knew about the Gold Coast Dementia-Friendly Network. That network has the potential to do exactly what we're talking about. How do we get all our social media groups connected? How do we share that information? Whenever I see something about the other choirs, the Sing 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 and the Logan Choir on their Facebook pages, I share it on our Facebook page. That crossing of inspiration and information is just what we need. So more of that, we really need a lot more of that. That would go so far to solving some of the things that we've talked about. We also identify transport. It's just very, very difficult. And, we see it within our choir, people who are coming from across the border to get here. The traffic is not nice. We all hate it. So it is very, very challenging. And I know that this centre applied for funding for a little minibus and didn't get that. We need lots more of those. We've got people prepared to drive them. And so the would-be politicians who are here, and all of those who are on boards of committees and councils and have influence, we need to be advocating for this stuff. It's really, really important. Otherwise, we're part of the problem. We're part of the problem of isolating people, and that's a cruel problem. So, yeah, transport was a big one. Connecting people, knowing more information about what's happening, and the education, a lot of the intergenerational stuff, that was a brilliant suggestion. Schools, universities. Everybody's got a grandparent or somebody in their family who's been diagnosed with dementia. You know, it's a burgeoning area. We're more aware that it exists, which is fine, but then what? So we do need that education, but in a compassionate, not pitying way, a positive way. Like, look what these people can do. And we've had several suggestions, which is really wonderful.